Looks like I upset some ants. Alright, so let's go in here and see what the plants look like today. Oh, they're looking pretty good. These are the zucchini squash that I transplanted the other day. I actually videotaped that, but I had the mic turned on to the external mic and I didn't have an external mic hooked up. But anyway, yeah, these things have grown quite a bit. Tomato plants are doing good. Oh, these are doing real well here too. These cucumbers are ready to be transplanted. I think I'll do that today. Very dull knife. Time to repot some stuff. Well, let's see if I can get this right this time. I actually have an external microphone hooked up to this camera, so I'm going to have audio, hopefully. Anyway, today we're going to be transplanting these cucumbers. Maybe even the tomatoes too. We'll see. So let's get started. I need more room in here too. We just don't have quite enough room to work with stuff. This is all the only counter space that we really have. Have to come up with a plan for that. This heater is also in the way, so that doesn't help, and all this junk over here. I'll be perfectly honest with you, I think a lot of these things like the zucchini squash and the cucumbers, they could actually go right into the ground right now based on their size. But considering it's still March 31st and we don't put stuff in the ground around here until the middle of May, yeah, that isn't going to work. But I may be putting it in the ground in April if I can till. We'll see. Then I'll just have to cover it up. Hey, wow, the spoon works really good. Oops. Oh man, these roots smell like cucumbers. These are pickling cucumbers. We're going to just make a whole bunch more pickles. I wish I could find a dill pickle recipe that the pickles actually stay crisp, or the cucumbers, because every single recipe that I've ever made, they get mushy after you can them. But my sweet pickles that I make, which was my grandfather's recipe, and I think he got it from somebody, they always stay super crispy. They might get a little bit mushy when they're warm, but as soon as you put them in the refrigerator, after they've been on the shelf for a while, boy, they just crisp right up, and they are so delicious. But based on the number of plants I have here, we are going to have a ton of cucumbers. We'll probably make, you know, some cream cucumbers and stuff like that over the next couple of months. So I'll fill this up about halfway, a little bit more than halfway. Make a little indentation in the center. Spoon it out. They really smell like cucumbers. The roots do. Holy cow. I have a feeling I'll probably wind up giving some of these plants away. We'd really have to expand the garden quite a bit. So I managed to successfully pull out my external microphone, but I'm hoping that you guys could still hear me because this transmitter has a microphone built onto it. Amateur vlogging and the problems that go along with it. That's a happy plant. Usually with these cucumber plants, I usually plant about 4 of them, and I get like, probably a bushel, maybe a bushel and a half of cucumbers. It's just insane the number of cucumbers I get. We actually, this past year, I wound up throwing about a half a bushel away because they got too big. I like to pick them when they're smaller to make pickles because they're easier to slice and process and everything. So, you're really not supposed to bind the roots up like that in the soil, but I've done it for many years and it doesn't seem to cause any problems. It might stunt the growth a little bit, but they still take off. All these containers that we have are from years gone by when we bought plants at the store. We would hold on to them, and saw a guy on the internet, one of the channels that I subscribed to, Unemployed Redneck Hillbilly Creations. Anyway, he always does a lot of stuff with his garden. He does seeds and everything. He bought some styrofoam cups and he was transplanting everything into styrofoam cups, and I think I'll do that next year, maybe even this year if I could find them at a grocery store when we have to go out for a grocery store run at some point. But you don't have to use as much soil, I guess, and you also can just toss them afterwards. I don't think styrofoam cups are getting harder and harder to find. I guess you can just use plastic cups too, and then you can reuse them too. And I have this big tub here that I put all the soil in, so I don't do what I'm actually doing right now, and that's spilling the soil everywhere. But because I'm trying to record this and I want you guys to see it, usually do that right down in there and it just falls back into the container. One more cucumber. Forgot to make my divot in that one. And also the way these containers are shaped, with them being square like this, I put a lot of black plastic down on our garden, so when I plant the plants, I usually use this device here to cut the plastic, and I'll just, like, drive it down in like that and then pop it up and put the, take the soil out, put the plant in, put the soil back in. But as you can see, that's not going to work in this situation. So now I'm going to have to cut squares out, and then there's a bigger area where weeds can grow up through, and believe me, they will grow up through there. Let's see, I think tomatoes. I'm going to replant the tomatoes into these containers, and this is where they'll be until we plant them. In the ground, that is. Gonna let these go a little bit longer because these were the ones that were planted second. So we'll move these out of the way. You go down there for now. We'll go ahead and transplant these tomato plants right here. These peppers will be ready to be transplanted soon too. And you don't want to pack the soil down too much. You want the roots to be able to expand nicely. Take a little bit more of the soil out of here. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and just transplant all these and then show you guys the results. There we go. There's our first container of Better Boy tomatoes. I think I'm going to do these peppers next. That's not going to work. There you go. California Wonder green peppers. Well, the plants anyway. Well, that's going to do it for this update from the greenhouse. I don't think I'm going to be doing anything for a couple of days here except watering them. Michelle's got to get some of her plants transplanted, so maybe we'll tape that. But yeah, I think I might just come down here and clean some stuff up. But also, I'm going to go out into the yard either today or tomorrow if the weather remains halfway decent tomorrow, and take care of the strawberry patch. Maybe flame throw the garden, get rid of all the weeds, and get ready for that to be tilled, and get ready to start setting everything up to plant so we have food this summer in case we run out of food. Gosh, I hope not. Weird times we live in right now. Very strange. Okay, so we're gonna try to lift this stoop up today. It's sunk down over the years. We did the front sidewalk with much success, so we're very happy with that. So this, we've already got it prepared, but we have not lifted it yet. So I don't know if you can see this well. This is where the sidewalk is now, obviously. It needs to be, I think, all the way up to here so that it's even with the doorway. And you can see that we've got some rot in this wood. Probably going to replace this door at some point. I actually replaced some of the molding around it over the years because this side gets a lot of snow and it builds up snow here and we always forget to clear it or something. But anyway, yeah, let's see if we can lift this up now. Well, we need some foam in there. I'd like to have some foam to build it up. The spray foam. But I say we just let it settle for a while and see what happens. Well, good afternoon, everyone. It's another day in the yard. I just sprayed all my trees with some fungicide and the grapes. I've got to get a lot of the... I have this weird vine that is like wrapping around the grapes and trying to kill them. And I've been doing everything I can to keep it at bay, but it grew quite a bit at the end of last year, so we're going to take care of that today. Let's take a quick look in the greenhouse. I fixed the wheels on the door. Look how it's nice, it opens and closes. Ooh, it's kind of warm in here. Zucchini squash. It got some cold damage, I think, a little bit of it. That's what that white is. I don't know. I think I started these a little bit too soon because I can't put these in the ground yet and they're getting very large. Peppers, Michelle's flowers. Check out the tomatoes. I transplanted these. Peppers, they're all getting big. Everything's doing really well. There's cucumbers. Right now I'm going to go work on the strawberries. I want to get rid of all that old growth from last year because it's not looking so good and it's kind of rotting out, and the strawberries are going to start producing soon. So let's get some of that taken care of. Going to use these scissor pliers or whatever you want to call them. These are all runners. These are all runners from last year that I didn't cut off and transplant. And I kind of wish I had, because I do have a couple spots over there that need to have some more strawberries. I did try to transplant one the other day. We'll see if it takes. I don't know. A lot of times when this is dry, you can just grab it with your hand and just do that to get rid of it. Check out that runner. Must have been a little hole there and it was able to dig into that and grow. This one I might want to pull out and transplant somewhere else. So all these strawberry plants, I actually planted them last spring. I redid this entire patch here. Garrett, he actually hilled everything up for me again, and we put new black plastic down, and I put some preen down to hopefully keep the weed seeds from growing, and then I planted new strawberry plants. And you're supposed to do, transplant new ones every 3 years because they kind of they don't start working, or they don't start producing strawberries at the same rate. Got a little bit of a wire problem here. But anyway, so as the year went on last year, these were producing flowers and some strawberries. And I was trying to pinch the strawberry flowers off because it allows the plant to get a better root system the first year. You don't want to really pick any strawberries off the first year. So we didn't. And hopefully we will have lots of nice strawberries this late spring, early summer. We'll be rewarded for not having strawberries last year. And believe me, it's very tough to pinch off the flowers, because you know that in a couple of weeks it would be a really delicious strawberry. But it's supposed to pay off in year 2 and 3. So hopefully this year we have lots of strawberries. Michelle will hopefully make some jam. Her strawberry preserves are so delicious. Of course, we're supposed to be eating low sugar, but with everything that's going on right now, I don't think that really matters a whole lot. So yes, we are going to be making strawberry jam, preserves, whatever you want to call it. Oh, we got a weed here. We cut these tiny holes and put the strawberry plants in here, and yet the weeds find a way. They find a way. Man, that's looking so much better already. In the wintertime, you're supposed to put straw over top of these things to protect them. And unfortunately, I didn't have any straw, and things got away from me, and I didn't do it. Didn't go buy any. But it looks like the plants have held up well, because they're starting to go gangbusters all through here. They'll probably get about this high and then start producing strawberries. Another weed. We have plenty of weeds around here. No shortage of them, that's for sure. And if you don't keep at this every day, well, I should say not every day, but every couple of days, it will get away from you really fast when you have a lot of property. And when you're out playing, going camping, things like this get away from you. I hope this is turning out okay, because I'm really not looking at the screen, so I don't know what you guys are seeing. Maybe I'll get a close-up shot of some of this. It's like, who wants to watch somebody weed strawberries? Man, we have got so many ants around here everywhere. Boy, I tell you, I tried to keep up with these runners last year, but at the end of the year, they just kept shooting them out, and I was like, I can't deal with this anymore. We were going so many places last year. Any free time I had, it was working on something else, like mowing the lawn, because that also has to get done. Like, how many ways can you creatively shoot cleaning up a strawberry patch, right? But you know what, guys? It is April the 5th or 6th. I'm losing track of time and the dates. But in about a month, we should have strawberries. And I will videotape that for you guys. Videotape. You know what I'm talking about. All right, guys, here's a pile of the dried strawberry leaves and the runners. Let me know what you guys think. I got everything cleaned out. I think it looks pretty good. The only thing I got left to do is all along the inside. Where's my hand? There it is. It's hard to see with the sun. All along the inside here, I've got to go through and get these weeds out. And as luck would have it, our weed whacker won't start, so I'm gonna have to do it by hand for now. I want to show you guys this. So when I put this new black plastic in last year, let me get out of the sun. See all those little holes there? I mean, it was down for like 3 days and a bird came through and started pecking at it. There was something under here that he wanted, and he literally pecked and pecked until he had an entire 2 pieces cut out of here. I was very frustrated with that because this black plastic is not cheap. But anyway, I'll show you guys after I get all the rest of the weeding done. But so far I'm very happy with it. I can't wait to pick strawberries. You know what else I wanted to show you guys? So this was a stilt fort that we had. We tore it down last spring. And I was going to use this wood to make a new shed to store some stuff in. And anyway, it sat and sat and sat. And most of it's pressure treated. And this paneling is still really good. What I was thinking about doing with it now though is making it 1 or 2 composting boxes. I've always wanted to have a composting box or tank or something, and because I always have a lot of grass clippings. You can see it's all over the yard still. I haven't vacuumed it up or swept it up. But anyway, I was thinking about doing that. What do you guys think about that? Does anybody compost? Because we have a lot of stuff that could go into the garden that winds up in the trash. But I figured this will be a good project to work on right now. If I can find a decent set of plans that will work, then I got to find a place to put it, because this pool is going to be going bye-bye. I'm going to try to open it up one more time this year, since there's a lot of unknowns with the pandemic. This might be our vacation this year, the pool. Any of you guys ever see anything like this? This stuff is bad news. It's some kind of vine. It showed up about 5 years ago on our grapevine here. And it's just a mess. It just keeps getting tangled up in everything. And you got to cut it at the base, but you know, within 2 or 3 weeks, it's already grown like 4 feet. And can't kill it. And of course, it's all intertwined with the grapevine. So all I can do is just try to keep it at bay. And you can see it's actually starting to bud out before the grapes are. Grapes are a little bit behind it. But anyway, it's all this stuff right through here. And I don't know what it is. So if anybody knows what it is, if you want to comment down below, I would appreciate it. Oop, fan in the greenhouse just kicked on. All right, it's been about a week since I actually filmed anything. We're down at the greenhouse. Check this out. Everything is getting gigantic. These got to be transplanted. The zucchini squash, yeah, they've gotten out of hand. I think I'm going to put these into one of those pots down there and just keep them in the greenhouse, because if you look close enough, they actually have flowers on them already. That's crazy. So we actually might have zucchini in a couple of weeks. So it's too cold and windy outside to do anything in the garden. So yeah, I think I'm going to transplant them. I will get some dirt from the garden, because we really don't have any more potting soil, and we don't want to go out to a store at this moment. Connor decided to plant some jalapeno peppers, and they actually just germinated and popped out about 2 days ago. They look a little leggy though, so I don't know how they're gonna do. But I'm real excited about how everything looks in here. Here's our California Wonder green peppers. Everything's looking real good. Those are a little dry. Have to add some water to them. See if I can film something before the wind kicks up again. I was down here yesterday and there was, oh, there it is. It's a flower on the strawberry already. And it's only been a week since I weeded these things. It's looking really good. Check out the cherry tree. It is in full bloom. Man, these winds are howling. We are just at like 75 degrees and it's cooling off fast. Craziness. Well, I guess I'm gonna end this vlog here. It's been going on for a week and a half. So, we'll start up a new one later today. As you can see, that front's almost through. Got blue skies over there, and I know colder temperatures. Thanks for watching, guys.
If you like this video, please be sure to hit the like button and also consider subscribing to our channel. Thanks for watching.